Hello and welcome back. This is day 297 of streaming every single day and our 55th art stream today. Today I'd like to draw, or at least try to make a basic list of emotes we should do for our channel today. And I know this is a little bit of a unique stream for me, because as you guys know I haven't really done streams like this before. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I do have a few ideas. Hopefully this will work. I was testing it out beforehand. See, we're drawing on 500 by 500 and 300 DPI, so I'm not sure how well it will come out. It might look bad. It might be better to draw on something bigger. But I did hear online that since I'm pretty not used to making emotes, I did hear online that it's good to use 300 DPI for everything, but this just looks so blocky to me. Don't you guys think? It's even worse like that. Hmm. I don't know if maybe it's just because it's small, or... We could draw from this distance, I suppose. So, the subject of today is our little fox friend. He's got big ears. This is just a draft drawing, guys. Big, round ears. I quite literally made him in the snow, and that's why I call him Snow Fox. He was a snow sculpture that I made a few years ago. And he is going to be the subject for our emotes. So I hope you guys come to love Snow Fox just as much as I do. Because he is our little symbol here. Just like this little guy right here. Okay, so now you guys know kind of what he looks like. I'm not really sure what direction to go with for the emotes, but I was thinking we could do just a wave one as a good starter. I might need to practice drawing his face properly. I like to get it just, just enough where you can see he has a cute little face. Cute frame. Tiny paws. Move this down. I should make it bigger. Perhaps I should make it bigger than this, and then redraw it. I could also reverse it, I guess. Reverse might look better. I'll do this. Okay, that works. I'd like to cut off some of this stuff here, but we can do that in the next version we do of this. See, he has big ears, but they're not exactly pointy. They're rounded. I like them to be straight up for this. Yeah, like that. Like that. I like to do this shape here from where the ears connect. Just because it looks like this part comes out further than the ears. The ears go behind. I'm gonna do this something like that. I need to fix this part, I think. Alright. I want them to come off as about the same size. So I think we're gonna delete this part here. And then we're gonna connect this part. Might look more like a flying squirrel right now. I think it's better when I do this with his ears. Hello, Rio. I hope you're doing well. Pretty much like this, though. I do want to try reversing it just to see. I think his eyes are out of place. I think that's what it's... I think that's what's throwing me off. Slightly better? Let's try grabbing this part here, and then... Okay, so the other ear is a little bit smaller, but actually that is how his design was originally. So while I don't mind, I will change it just to reflect that his ears are supposed to be equal now. Because yeah, his original design was embracing the fact that one of his ears was a little bit smaller than the other. By a little bit, I mean like by a lot. It's a lot smaller than the other one. But that was just part of his charm. I feel like he did kind of lose some of that charm when I turned him to a full fox. But at the same time, I like seeing him like this. He looks much cuter this way. Well, he looked just as cute the other way too, but symmetrical stuff typically goes better, I think, for designs. He essentially had one ear like this, and then he had one ear like intentionally much bigger and fluffier and just like this, pretty much. He was still very cute though. He's technically supposed to be part mouse and part fox. He's a curious little creature. I had designed him to look like a little stuffed animal, so I wanted to make him a stuffed animal for a very long time. So I hope that he has that effect when people look at him. He looks like a little stuffed animal. Okay. I'd like to change it slightly. I don't know in what way yet. Sorry if you guys hear any whooping in the background. Zero's been going crazy today. Every noise he'll bark at. I don't know if I chose a good brush for the way my hand is right now. My hand is a little bit unsteady. Come on. I don't like this every time I get to this spot right here, no matter where it is. It's always when I go down to that spot. Even if I go fast, it still does it. It's really annoying. Let me switch back to turnip pen. I just didn't want to use this one because it looks like it's a little bit too thick. You guys know what I mean? I kind of want to have his face kind of like more like peeking like this way. His head like sideways. I think his face will be really fun to do expressions with. Because, like, I don't know, I feel like it's just so expressive. I can show you guys some examples, but the reason I like drawing his face so much is because he's like the only true cartoon character I've drawn. I think it'd be really easy for me to draw him in so many different emotions. That's why I wanted to do a VTube model of this one first. He's supposed to have a rather shallow face like this, like very... Let's do this part here for realism, because he does have a mouth, it's not ever visible. This brush is doing it now too. Let's fix that somehow. Might be my unsteady arm right now. In which case I actually cannot fix. Which is really frustrating, but we'll deal with it. I could move on to draw another part, but ideally I'd get this part done first. It's better. I feel like it's too sharp on that side now, but we'll go with that for now. I want his face to be a little bit flat, like as if he's looking up at us, though. Not in any particular direction, but just like up. Like not left or right is what I mean by not any particular direction. He almost looks like a ghost here. Make his ears look funny or cute somehow. I was thinking of putting one ear kind of like lopsided. Oh, there goes Mr. Woofington. See, my only worry with that is making it not too dynamic, but it's just like, it's too out. No, too far out. I can move him over a little bit. That might solve our issue. That's better. Much better. Kind of has his original ear shape too, which I like. Let's turn this one off. Oh, does have his original ear shape. I think I'll probably keep that. I like all versions of Snow Fox. And see, he's actually never had a true name for this long. I think I know what I want to call him. Hmm. There he goes. The dog barks away. Sorry if the emotes won't be as clean as everyone's hoping for. I didn't really, like, one of the main reasons I actually put it off is because I felt like I wasn't going to be good enough to be able to draw them. I really haven't done art as often anymore as I used to. So I felt like my quality of art went down over time. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. And I wanted him to be sitting down and his tail's like curling this way and here. What's funny is even though he doesn't have any like color differentiation between his tail and like the white part of his tail, I always just draw him with this little pattern like this. I could take the tail out of it though. I think it doesn't have the point of the picture. And I'll probably have to resize him once again. I don't have minimal details. Because I think part of his charm is not having many details. At least for me. I'm honest, it looks more like he's pointing. Which isn't bad either, but like, I'm trying to do a wave. How would I accurately do a wave? How to make him wave? How do you wave, little guy? Yeah, it looks like he's doing like some stretch, like pulling his arm all over here, and then he has like his other. I'll just do this as like a stretch emote or something. That would be just funny though. I shouldn't keep this as a real thing, but this is not canon, guys. He doesn't use his paws like this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Dim this one a little bit. I really want to do one of the ears, like... I think I'll do this ear upright. No... Doesn't have the charm of his fluffy ears. This is like the only accurate shape of his ears. I'd like to think that if you asked him to point, he would be pointing with his ears, not his paw. I wonder how he'd wave. I don't like the way this other ear is coming out, though. I don't like it. I like the way the original one is over there. Well, the original of the different version of the different version. I don't think I'm gonna do this part, because it's not accurate to my character. Kind of just annoys me, so I'm gonna go back to his actual design. Just a tiny little point right there, and then... Oh, maybe for waving I should do something like... more expressive, like happy. Oh, that might be better for... Since he doesn't have a mouth to do that kind of expression, like happy expression, I have to rely solely on the eyes. He has a very thin nose. A very cute thin nose. Sorry I call him cute all the time. It's like one of my favorite characters. Usually I don't talk about my own art that way, but Rather than this just being art, I always just think of it as, oh, it's my cute little fox character. Make it into a heart shape. I feel like I made them too outwards. Maybe I could even have his tail in the shot now. But I don't know if it'll be very obvious it's supposed to be a wave. I think it's more obvious than the ones before it now. I just feel like I'm not using the full emote space because I took his ear and put it down. Which makes me a little bit sad there because I want to be able to use the full emote space. Because when you look at it, it's going to be like really small. Like that small. So I have to be thinking wisely about it. Something that easily conveys that it's waving. Does that look alright? What's funny is I hardly even need to color this because he's just white and black. Making him really easy and fun to draw. I think if I keep the tail like this though, it's probably gonna bug me. I could make it go up more. Could make it go out more. think we could edit this part just a little bit. Convey that waving action a little bit more. And also the proper arm position for an animal such as him. Might make him a little bit less thick right here. Even though he does usually have that kind of thick design for the bottom, kind of like resembling a hamster. I think that's better, possibly. Possibly more confusing, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's probably more confusing. Here. So if I wanted it to fit into the full frame now, I could technically just draw him fully. I could also take it a step further and bring his paw over his face to further convey a waving action. I do understand it will ruin what I'm doing for a moment, but we can switch it back if it's bad. I'll also be drawing over it again. Okay, so it would be nice if I could do this. So let me just cut this and paste it. Therefore, it's not interfering with anything now. Make his paw a little bit bigger just for the exaggerated waving effect. So I really want that to be the most solid thing here, is just that he's waving. I don't think I should have closed it off late. I think I should have done this. Yeah, I like that. More like... I think it's kind of hard for me to illustrate him like this, because I've never drawn him waving with his paw before. I will actually do this too. Oh wait, that's not on the same layer. Crap. I want to make sure there's consistency in the size of his arms and where they are. The front limbs are close together, so that works. I need to... Oh, I need to merge them back now. Because they are fine to be together now. That's better. I think I need to slightly move his paw here. I'm gonna like delete a chunk here and then move it back. That's slightly better, I think. I'm trying to think of the positioning of this. Yeah, it's better. Oh, so cute. Oh, thank you, Ryu. Appreciate it. Can you picture it as our wave emote? I'm not sure whether to reverse him or keep him this way. We went through many renditions already. Just trying to get his pose right. See, technically, while Snow Fox I've envisioned has always been he, I think it can also be both. As a what? Sorry, my volume isn't going high enough. Oh, as an emote, our wave emote. Can you picture him as our wave emote? It's gonna be small, so I need to make sure you can tell that he's actually waving. Oh yeah, definitely. Aw. I did realize that part of my design flaw, maybe not a flaw, is that since I don't have a mouth on this character and it never has had a mouth, pretty much, I have to use the eyes, the smiley eyes, as his happiness. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to tell. So I didn't realize he looked rather emotionless when he was waving before. See, because I had like this one. Before that, I had this one, which he looks kind of like a deer here, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty accurate though. This is my plush design I was showing. I still want to be able to make him in real life. I actually made a clay version, if you guys wanted to see that. I made like a little clay like version of him. I just wanted to be able to keep a clay version of Snow Fox on my desk. Okay, I'm gonna go back over this, but make sure it doesn't have all these rickety looking lines. That said, it might be common to do that. I don't know. I hope this is not a bad idea. Because I might just get mad at myself if I can't get the lines right. I want it to look pretty much exact to what you guys are seeing right here. No, I already messed up the line. I guess it doesn't have to be extremely perfect or whatever, because it's gonna be so small, right? But I don't know, I just wanted to make sure it looked okay. Or you shrink it down like 10, like so many times smaller. I think 128 by 128 is what we're gonna go for. Even that might be too big, and I'm not sure. How do I get this? Oh, I almost did it, almost did it. Feel like it doesn't look right. Maybe this was a mistake. Ryu, is it a mistake? Hmm. Making his nose a little bit uneven might make him look cute too. Oh, I just got a nice idea too, that like, we can start off with like really basic emotes, and then I could start making more like complex Snow Fox emotes. Okay, almost there. His eyes are quite different. Okay. I'm trying to see. I could move him up actually. I'm getting the feeling like I should make his body a little bit bigger. Because while his head is huge in his chibi form, I will say that uh, his body isn't that small. It kind of bugs me a little bit. Hmm. Trying to think, how can we make his body bigger like his body actually is? Thinking like this maybe? Remember, I gotta make sure my lines look okay. This is gonna be the final version. I'd like for this kind of like, this kind of shape, without that little part at the end. That's what I'd like. Like that. Okay, this might look a little bit interesting. So I'm trying to picture the arm would go up like this. The shoulder and everything. I don't want to make it look like he's only like really, I don't know. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. I want it to be attaching right about here though, which means the tail needs to go out right about. It does need to follow this pattern. Hmm. Everything has pretty thick lines, so I want to stick with that. Just consistent lines, I suppose. Consistent line work. And then I'm gonna go back over this once I get rid of this one. I don't mind the tail, okay? I don't mind it. I don't know if I like it per se. But where it bends down here is what I'm not liking. Like where it's attaching. Something wrong. I'm not sure what. Hey, we got that pretty clean right there. I can tell the tail's nowhere near as thick lined as the ears. And it's kind of bugging me a little bit. That's why it's easier to just kind of increase the width like this by just going back over it. A little bit more pressure. I just want to make it look like it was one stroke for those. That's the problem. Something wrong in here. There we go. A little bit better. Tail's still obviously not the same thickness as the rest of the stuff. Might edit that just a little bit. Oh, I don't like how thick this one part is inside. There we go. Now we're gonna go to coloring. We really don't need to do anything crazy here. He's just white. He's Snow Fox. I'm not gonna do the whitest of white, because that would just be not good in case of like lighting and stuff. For the most part, we can just go full on white. I don't think there's any reason to go for any other color, because the same color that we did the outline with, we do for all the inside details as well. The eyes, nose, paws, paw prints, his tail bit. And while I would, for an emote usually, I would probably want to do a little bit of like shading or a little bit of like, not editing, but what's it called? Rendering. But in this case, I actually wouldn't want to, because I think it just ruins his charm otherwise. For just being such a simple, cute character. Some background about Snow Fox is he was a character that's been very dear to me for many years. I grew up liking foxes for a long time. And I don't really remember ever being like very good at drawing them. But I did draw foxes for a time period. I do really like them. But as for Snow Fox's case, like the character in general, yeah, I came up with him one day, snowy day, back in, I want to say 2020 or 2019, possibly? Or it might have even been like early 2020, I'm not sure. This character is very much one of my favorites. Just for ease of drawing. I would like to fix his paw a little bit because he looks a little shaky. Shaky paws. It's a little bit better now. I'd like to address this little spot right here too. There we go. What do you think? Get some of these spots worked out. Thank you, thank you. So that is the wave emote done. I think I'm happy with that. Oh, I need to address the eyes again. No, the arm. Oh no. Don't let me have time to realize these things, guys. It's bad for me. No, but really. There we go. Oh no, I just realized it's not even, like, doesn't look solid. There we go. There we go. Cute. Let's see if he's actually distinguishable from far away. I just want it to be recognized as a wave emote. And if you can't see it as a wave emote, then I think that'd be sad. I'm unsure how we're going to size this down, but we're just going to keep it on a 500 by 500 for now. Okay, what should the next one be? So I want to see the progression of that again. So it was this one, to this one, this one. Okay, and then to this one. Hmm. Okay, yeah. So we made some good progress on that one, but it's kind of crazy. It took me an hour to finish just one of them. And this is such a simple character, too. I am out of practice in my art stuff. Let's see here. I want to do a heart one somehow, but I'm not sure how to pull that one off. Oh my gosh. Every once in a while it just loads a really thick line. I want to do one that's like... one ear down. Like his whole face isn't tilted, but his ear is. Ouch, my pinky is hurting again really bad today. Just from how many times I've pressed ouch, Control Z. Switching fingers again. Okay, I think I'll change this part, because I had an idea going with this one, but I'm going to try something different real quick. I have a few different ideas. I could have... arms up like this. I just have another idea. Where is it? Suppose the paws would have to be upside down if I wanted to look like actual hearts, though. Which might not be so convenient. I have like this little cute, mischievous face back here. Otherwise I can do something more like holding its arms like this, even though paws can't do this. Really? Even though it'd be highly unrealistic, the waving isn't so realistic either. The only thing is, how are people gonna know that this is supposed to represent art? I want this to be the only one going here. I need the other one too. We could do this, technically. Does that even look right? Do like sparkles in the eye or something. I just think it looks a little bit too unnatural. For Snow Fox, I mean. This looks more like an I'm listening pose. Like a Snow Fox think or something. Hmm. Smaller nose. Hmm. Erase the eye. It's too big. Hmm. I could just make him hold a heart with his paws. He also looks somewhat ridiculous in the process, but I don't mind. As long as it gets the point across. I think I need to work on making the main point of the image bigger though. So, okay, I have an idea. Not sure how to illustrate this. Like holding a heart above his head. Maybe like a heart balloon? Oh, I could do that. I want to make him hold it though, too, at the same time. in some way. I think holding with his ears would be weird, but it does kind of match his shape of his ears a little bit. Technically, if I did this, it's pretty much his ear shape, so I could do that. Let me make this big real quick. Bigger. I'm gonna make his face, like, down more, like, as if just, like, plopped somewhere. Like that, kinda. Mostly one of his normal expressions is just this, pretty much. This is his normal expression. You could just give him his normal expression, but he does look kind of scared. Spooky. Spooky snowflakes. He looks spooked. I want to make the other one more equal to it. I think that would require me to do this, kind of fill it out more on the sides. Yeah, more like that. I also don't want to interfere with the little part I made on top, though. I want it to be like a heart cushion. I did plan it to be a balloon at first, but then I said I'd do a heart cushion in my head. Okay. And we can do... We can take both of these now and take them out of there. I'm gonna do a layer over this with better lines now. Better line work. I like that this one's more like the one like the more modernized version of him. Oh yeah, I think I might have failed to say this earlier, but Snow Fox is also one of the characters in my story. I can't say too much about him, but he plays a minor and major role, I guess you could say. It's kind of hard to explain. Okay, so we're almost there. Our second one. Hmm. Work on his eye next. Okay, so almost there. Okay, okay. I can live with that. I like how after I take it off, I can see everything mess up about it. I can honestly just consider that good. But I do notice a few things that are bugging me a little bit. Like the ear over here. Make sure that lines up okay. Like it to still be a notch right there, but a better one. The other ear on the other side is much more thick, so I'd like to make sure this one is similar in thickness. There we go. I'm not supposed to zoom in too far because I'm noticing more mistakes, but there we go. I wonder, would that be fine too? Can you picture this one as an emote? We're gonna do the same thing as we did with the last one. Turn it up to 30 for turnip pen. I'm gonna go white all the way here. You know, I'm finding it kind of insane that my average seems to be like an hour per emote. I know I did have a few moments of brainstorming, but we're about to hit our second hour mark. I do have an idea too. I'll try it out, and if I don't like it, I don't like it, but it might work out. This might be somewhat better. This color there, I want like a salmonish pink almost. Not like that. Not too bright, but not too dull. I want it to be more on the reddish side, like kind of like a cushion pink. Like this looks nice to me. Then we could do some shading on it after. Hello, Sanic. Hope you're doing well. Today we're just making some emotes for our channel. We have a few that were kind of in progress, but we did not choose to go with those ones. We're kind of like warm-ups at this point. We have two right now. This is the second one. Can't decide if I want that to be gold or brass for like the part of the cushion. I also wanted like the two pointy parts up here to be like implied as like the seams of the cushion on the sides, and then I wanted it to be like in each corner they have like the little pieces like this. So I'll draw this one up here, perhaps. If we can make it small enough. No. There we go. Okay, so I'd like to do this real quick here too. We should go more salmonish for this. In between. I don't want to have like a gradient. I'm not sure how to do this. I want to put this below the layer of shade. Okay, so my idea of this is doing something along the lines of this, which we can blend into the outer side of this. Hopefully it doesn't get on our poor fox. Should have made this a little bit transparent. Or actually, I could have made this layer a multiply layer. I think it's too red though. I like the color we had. So, alternatively, we can just continue what we're doing then. Anything that gets outside of this we can just like refine. We just need to kind of establish where this is first, and then we can blend it in. I feel like I should blend in some of the shade now, actually. That might have given a better gradient effect. Should get a black background for this just to see. Also gonna go up here and wait, it looks like nothing got on that, surprisingly. But we're just gonna... Okay, just barely. Zoom out real quick so we can see better. We're gonna work on blending it in real quick. And then I'd like to get a black background real quick. Just so we can see this more clearly. That actually messes with my mind. And how did I... Wait. You're telling me that my line art color is the same color as Clip Studio Gray? Man, that's insane. I did not even know. That's very interesting. Now this reveals I have a certain part of Snow Fox to color in as well. You guys can see that little spot that's not colored. You know, perhaps I should have waited to do this part though, after I blended the shading a little bit. I kind of like keeping the shading the way it is though. Okay, so I'd also like to show you guys the other one we worked on. This one has many more layers. And then we have this one, which we can move up now. This is our wave emote. I'd like to turn the black background back on. Looks like I missed a few spots on him as well. That's why it's nice to have different background colors when you're working on your art. I guess even some parts like really close to the line art I actually didn't fill in, so I'm glad I'm doing this right now. Wonder if I just like filled it in with a paint bucket. Okay. Looks like that's fine. What is that? Wow. Single black dot right there. We got it. Okay, so that's wave, and then we have heart. Yes, it's like a cushion. He has a cushion on his head. might make more sense if I were to explain his character a little bit, but I can't give much away about his character, unfortunately. Not yet. Okay, so we made two, but now trying to see. What should our third one be? Wave, heart. Hmm. We could do like a confused emote. Hmm. Some of my friends' favorite face of snow foxes is the face where he's like this. So maybe I'll do this one. uh, perfect. It'll be like a double take emote. No, I'm starting to wonder if I should do dot 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 instead of question mark. Or maybe a Japanese symbol. So there's one I'm thinking of, but I can't remember how to spell it. Kind of funny, actually. I had to turn my head to do that one. Why do I picture you guys trolling me with this one? Oh no. I think to change this oh no, what just happened? I think to change this part. I can't wait to use these mods. Aww. Thank you, Rio. I can't wait to finally get them out. It's been forever since I wanted to do them. I just didn't have any ideas at the time. But today has been very nice with art. I've had a very clear picture of what I wanted to do. I'm gonna move his nose down a second. Just a cinch. You know, I can see this one being used in a lot of different reasons, a lot of different ways. Actually, I wonder if I should do some shading on the first one we did. So I realized we shaded the second one because it had a cushion on his head, but I could have done like some shading on his neck. Oh, thank you, thank you. I can totally picture it being like a double take. A double take or confused or I'm not sure. Should I do dot dot dots or question mark? Because I think question mark might be better for this one. I think I can picture a better one with dot dot dot. If we do that as an emote. Question mark. Okay, okay. You know, I didn't realize how much better he would look like this, with this expression digitally. So I've only ever drawn him like this, physically. Rio, if you're still there, do you think I should do 2 question marks or 1? I feel like 2 is kind of nice, but I could also just do 1. I'm not sure. That's alright. We'll figure it out. Because 2 kind of is nice, but also I think 1 gets the job done if I just do it big enough and make it proper. I don't want to cut off too much from here, but that's... oh. That's pretty much what we're going for. Let's turn off the other layer. Okay, okay, it's not bad. It's like when you lose your guidelines. I'm glad we're getting 3 done in one night. Because I think we have only 3 right now. But that'll be awesome, because then we'll have as many as we can have. Oh, I just noticed something. Right there. And then... wait. Look right. There we go. Can do that. And then... I don't want to ruin what we have going on here. I think it would be easier to take more from the outside than it would be from the inside. And then we can add more to the inside. Okay, I think we shouldn't follow the guidelines we had for the question mark. I think we should just do a new one. Can I just make the circle closed? Oh my gosh. I was about to say 2,000 attempts later. It does look a little bit too thick though, so I can probably just shrink it. But then the coloring and stuff, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But that works. You know what, guys? I just realized, like, I could have just, like, never mind. I was gonna say I could have just filled it in. I guess that would have not been a thing. Excuse me. I cannot believe I almost just thought I could use the paint bucket tool. Hey. Let's do a gold question mark. Okay, so we need to do a warmer color now. Let me do, wait, okay, this. So a little bit gets on each part of it. I think this is when I started using Painterly Blender tool. This one was for metals or something. Made me want to start painting gold and stuff more. Yeah, I was supposed to spread it out this way and then come back with this part, drag it in there, and then like this. It's kind of hard. No, I can't get back to the original color now. Need to like make it smaller. That's better. I'm gonna erase what I did on this real quick. I'm just gonna redo that. Let's try to space it better too. Because we don't want to dull the actual original color. We just want to blend it in like this. It's been a while since I've done metals, but I remember they were fun once I figured out how it worked. There we go. Much better. But we're not done yet. What we need to do is turn up the glow. You only do a little bit of this, because you don't want it to be overpowering. There we go. Additionally, you can also add another layer of just white. Not the best pen for that. Let's do this one's better. There we go. So the layer we did the original coloring there, I was gonna do the shading on Snowfox. Let me see this real quick. I might not do any shading here just for the sake of keeping his shape of his face. So do you guys see how much luster it adds to the question mark up there? Just that one layer made all the difference. And that's how it became one of my favorite things to draw. Metal, that is. Not sure if I like how that looks right there. I might erase just a little bit of that. Wait. We can't go back. Okay, that's much better. And now I just need to see what it looks like with this on. Oh, it looks just fine. What happened there? We're gonna go back to this layer though, with the blue. And we're gonna fill that back in now. Oh, I just realized I messed up my color. That's fine. Take it back right here. Okay. Now that we have that done, we have question 1. There we go. And then we have heart 1. I could have done some more shading on him, I realize. Let's do that real quick. I don't want too much of a shadow on the chin. We'll do that. Yeah, for art purposes, I highly recommend having one white layer and one black layer, just because, like, it really helps, no matter what color you chose for your canvas. It's one of the biggest time savers for me, is having one white layer and one black layer. Because if you have an art piece that's, like, really dark and you can't see it, then I use a white layer, and if you have one that's really bright, then I choose a black layer. It's much better that way. Oh, what happened to this color? Hello? What is going on? That is clearly not the same color, so I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, okay, there we go. I didn't realize I had faded that earlier. That makes a lot of sense. Wait, does it mean that it didn't do the same color here? Bruh. Okay, well. Oh my gosh! That means I have to go all the way back and change the other ones too. Okay, well. That's gonna be interesting. Because remember, I took from this color for the third one we did. That one's shading. I kind of like that other shade we had better, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna revert those changes. Why, when I was... Why was it such a different color, though? Just from being like this. See, because I took this color and then it turned into this, which is not the same thing. Could have just erased all this, but, I could do a masking layer over just this part and just recolor away. But see, now it looks a little bit different now. You guys see what I mean? It doesn't look as blue. I don't like that. This is more like the color that was shown just now. I think it was smarter just to do this. Okay, now what we're gonna do is... I'm gonna go back to this one. Oh my gosh, seeing them on top of each other looks really funny too. Question one. Where are you? This one. Masking layer over that, and then we're just gonna color over anything that was shaded before. I like the more rich tone of blue here. Excuse me, what is that? What is the meaning of that? There we go. Did I do this? I don't think I had. Okay, then we go back to number 1, the wave. Gotta turn all these off now. Oh, yeah, we gotta do this one really bad. He's too cute not to shade. We gotta shade him. After we finish shading him, we will be ending the stream for tonight. I don't know if I should keep it like that or... see, we could do this. I think this is better. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much it, right? I think we got every corner of him. I don't know where else I would put shading on them, but hope you guys like them so far. We have the wave now. We have the heart emote, and then we have the question emote. We got all three of them. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm gonna touch this part up real quick because I realized we got some parts out of the lines. And I'd like to address some of the things that we realized last time we were on this one, where I wasn't... What did I do there? Oh, that was probably fine. But yeah, just fixing up the last few bits that we need to. I see this part right here is not fully colored in. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick. And then... Your eyes too, what the heck? Okay. And your nose, a little bit. And voila. Very nice, very nice. We got 3 done today. 3 done in about 3 hours, right? Kind of crazy, but we did it, so I'm happy about that. I'll have to think about that notch in the foot, though. I might get rid of that notch real quick, just because it's slightly visually bugging when you have it on a darker background. This is why I like to test these things beforehand. Now let's see real quick. Wait, there's a slight, discrepancy. That's much better. No, it looks too thick. Okay, okay, much better, much better. Very nice. I am very satisfied with what we were able to get done today. Alrighty. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This is day 297 of streaming every single day, and our 55th art stream. I hope you all had a wonderful night, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.